Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today? I'm so excited to be back in Maryland. Oh, Lord, I'm excited to be back in Maryland. Let me invite some people in here really quick. Let's have a quick powwow. Let's talk about some things. Let's figure out why we might be stuck, how you can get unstuck, how you can grow, how you can build, what you can do to shift your current circumstance and your current situation in your life, because you possess everything that you need in order to build, grow, change, connect, birth a vision. Everything that you need, you already have it inside of you. So let's get into a conversation. Hey, everybody. It's me, Tanisha O. And welcome to Tea with Tanisha O. How y'all beautiful people doing today? I am a forgiveness coach, speaker, author, CEO of Blending Our Love Incorporated. And I absolutely love what I get to do, helping people get unstuck, helping people break through, helping people build wealth and build their businesses, build confidence, and do all those things. Hey, Kadira, how you doing, sunshine? Good morning. So today I want us to talk about something. Let's talk about the fact that nothing changes until you face it. Absolutely nothing changes until you face it. You know, the thing about life is when things happen that hurt, that sting, that are uncomfortable, we have a tendency, human people, especially those things that hurt the most. You know, when you've been burned, you don't walk back into the fire. And so when things hurt, it's a natural instinct to want to walk away from it, to avoid it, to ignore it, to act like it never happened. However, at the same time, the pain doesn't go away. People continue to hold on to the pain and the resentment and all of the emotions that go with it, but they are acting as though something didn't happen. And so people have this thought that if I ignore it, it'll go away. You know, you have a broken leg, ignoring it, it doesn't go away. Yes, it may heal somehow. It may heal in a terrible way, and as it heals, it makes the situation worse. And so then you need surgery, when really if they would have just pinned your foot up, or you know, if it's an ankle that is broken, if they would have just put it in a cast for a little bit, it could have healed correctly. But because it was ignored, now you need surgery. Or if it's too bad and a lot of things are infected, maybe the leg has to come off. Well, that's what happens when people decide to ignore things in their life. There are wounds, trauma, things that have happened in your life, and in your mind, good morning, in your mind you think, you know what, I'm talking about it, because you're complaining about it to family and friends, you're complaining about it to other people, or you're expressing yourself, and you may not see it as complaining, but you're expressing yourself to people. But you're wondering why the change hasn't come. It's because you haven't faced it. You haven't really faced your pain. You haven't made a conscious decision what you're going to do to change it. You haven't taken ownership of whatever your role is in it. And part of your role could be you just held on for too long. Good morning, Shanae. How are you? Yes, you woke up on time. We always are where we need to be. So you have not focused on what it is that you need, because here's the deal. People in society may tell you what is hurting you and how you're supposed to process it or work through it, but they can't tell you your pain. Nobody can tell you your pain, and nobody can give you the advice of how much it should hurt, how quickly you should heal, how fast you should get over it, how quickly you need to move through it. But listen, that's a thing for you all to work through on your own. And you know, I always talk to you guys. You know, I like to be transparent. So let me tell y'all a story. Can I tell y'all a story real quick? Yesterday, first of all, the past 27 days, as of yesterday, the past 27 days, I was traveling 22 out of the past 27 days, which means I did not sleep at, hey there, sweetie. I did not sleep in my own bed for the past 22 out of 27 days, okay? Business trips and all kind of things happening. Now, yesterday, I'm going to talk to you about how important it is for you to hear and know your own voice when you're looking to face change, and how this looks in your everyday life, right? So I'm traveling. I get up early in the morning. You guys know the 75-day challenge is underway. I get up at about 3:50 every morning in order to do my morning routine and then prepare for the 5 a.m. call for the 75-day challenge with my group of women. Now, I woke up late. My first alarm didn't go off. When the alarm went off, it was the time that I would be logging in to start this group. Now, a lot of people may say, oh man, the way you start off your day, it can ruin your day. Your whole day can go downhill after that. No, I believe that every single decision, we get to decide how we're going to respond. Stay with me for a second. So I go, get up, I quickly go to the bathroom, do what I need to do, log into the call, get on the call. Now, I need to get to the airport. I do all the things I need to do. I had already packed. I was organized. I was prepared. So I need to get to the airport. I'm running late getting to the airport. The person that was taking me was running a little behind. But in my mind, I keep telling myself, life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. Now, that's an important thing. Why? Because we get to decide how we show up moment by moment by moment. So I keep saying life is happening for me. Get to the airport. And I got a little bit of time. I got about 25 or 30 minutes before boarding time on my plane. But Southwest and most airlines are not serving you food, drinks, none of those things. They give you water and they give you like some crackers or something. But I really don't eat those crackers because I'm vegan and most of those things have milk and things in it that I don't eat. No problem. So I'm like, I just need to get a cup of tea so I can get ready for this flight from Austin, Texas, back home to Baltimore. Great. I get in line at Starbucks. Starbucks line, there's like 30 people in line in front of me. There's 2 people working. And let me tell y'all something. They were taking their time. I almost on the inside of me feel like both of them were training yesterday. Like they were training. That they were taking their time. No problem. All right. So I stand in line. I do a coaching call because somebody that was on the 5 a.m. call, since she was the only person, she got some one-on-one coaching on what she needs to do for her business. No problem. Great use of time, except for one big thing. Now it's time for us to get on the plane to board, okay? This is important because I need to make a clear decision. Am I going to stay in this line to get this tea and risk missing my flight and be in Houston for another day? Or am I just going to say, forget it and go? Listen, y'all, the way my body was set up yesterday, I needed that cup of tea. So I said, no, I'm going to stay in this line. So I stay in the line to get my tea. Now, they hadn't even ordered my food. They hadn't even taken my order and it was boarding time. But I was still at peace and I was like, life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. I get my tea, get to the gate, and guess what? At the moment I walk up to the gate, guess what happened, y'all? They were just now saying, okay, section B1 through B50, it's time for boarding. Guess what I was in? B17. So I walk on the thing. Now I'm walking. Guess what happened? Tea spills over my onto my suitcase because they didn't give me that little stick thing. No problem. Tea on my suitcase. I board the plane. I get there. I sit down. I post my Instagram video of how frazzled I am because things are just happening. And I'm telling y'all, I can't tell you how many times yesterday I kept saying to myself, life is happening for me, not to me. You're good. I kept breathing. But life happens. And when it shows up, sometimes stuff gets real tough, okay? Where it feels tough, but you get to decide how much weight you get to put on any situation at any given time. You get to decide if it's going to be a tough day, if it's going to be a big deal or not. No problem. Because I had plenty of opportunities to keep blaming people yesterday. But I wasn't. I knew that life was happening for me. So moving on, get on the plane. I'm sitting there. I'm breathing. I hadn't called my husband. I need to call him, tell him, hey, love, I'm on the plane. I'm headed home. Here's the deal that I know about me. And these are the things that I hope you all know about yourself. You see, when I am having a tough moment, or if I'm frazzled, if I need a moment to just breathe, there is no one who can talk to me more about me than I am. I have trained my body and my mind to listen to my voice and how I respond to what I need in any given moment better than anyone else. Now, that's not to be confused with when I need encouragement or I need somebody, some support, some love, some kind words. I need that all day, every day. But when I'm frazzled or upset, somebody else's words don't necessarily put me in a place to say, oh yeah, that's a good word, I'm gonna calm down. No, I need to have a place. You need to have a place so that your voice matters the most to you. You know exactly what you need to say at any given moment to calm yourself down. This is in alignment with nothing changes until you face it. You will not change the temper that you have, the impatience that you have, the lack of understanding that you have. You won't face anything. You won't change it until you face it. You have to be willing to look at yourself to say what it is. For me, I know the thing that I've worked on the most is my patience. As a matter of fact, it's tattooed on my wrist. Patience and harmony, right? These are areas that I'm working on. So anyway, call my husband and he's being encouraging. I was like, yes, thank you, love. But right now, I just need a moment. The plane hadn't taken off. I just need a moment to myself. I just need to get my mind right, relax for a second, reset to get present with how I'm feeling. So what happens? I get off the phone. I love you. All right. We get off the phone. I go to pick up my tea. What happened? The lid popped off and about a quarter of the tea is now in my lap. If you want to see this, it's in my IG stories. I don't know how much longer it's going to be there, but it's there. So now the tea is sitting in my lap. I grab the wipes and I keep breathing. And I'm like, all right, today is going to be a phenomenal day. I get to create this day. I get to decide what this moment means to me. I get to decide every single thing. And so there was just a chain of other events that happened. Yesterday was a phenomenal day, but I want you guys to know that change doesn't happen until you face it. I had to face what was happening in my moment yesterday with all of these nuances that were happening. I still had an opportunity at every single turn to make a decision about what something meant. From the time the person took me a little later to the airport, to the line at the Starbucks, to me spilling my tea, getting on the plane, to all the other little things that happened throughout the course of my morning. And once I landed at home and all these various nuances, I had a chance. And you know what I kept telling myself? Life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. This is all stretching me. This is me growing. This is me being present in the moment. This is teaching me to stay present in the moment in all that I do. I got to pick. You get to pick what happens to you every single day and how you process it. You get to pick. You have to face what it is you're weak in and what it is you're strong in. You have to face what your triggers are. You have to really acknowledge who you are and what you need in any given moment when things happen. But here's the key. Your voice has to reign supreme in your mind and in your heart. And whatever it is that you are pouring into yourself constantly, that's what's going to come out when you're tested. Whatever you're pouring into your mind continuously, that's what's going to pour out when you're tested. I don't care how much time you spend in church. If you spend all this time in church and you still cussing people out and acting a nut, that just means that that's what you're pouring into yourself. I don't care what you say to people and how you respond to people. If you're nasty and you're rude and you have all these things coming out of you when you feel pressure, that's what's inside of you. And the only way to shift that is to pour some different things inside of you. The only way to grow through that is to look at yourself and say, it's time for me to grow. It's time for me to face the fact that enough is enough and I got to get my stuff together. That's the only way it changes and it shifts. So what y'all gonna do? What do you need to face today? What are you ready to change today? What are you willing to grow through today? Who do you need to forgive today to become the best version of yourself? I love y'all. And I'm sending y'all so much love. I know what it's like to be frazzled. I know what it's like to have a tough day, but I also know what it's like to grow through it. I know what it's like to push through it. And I know what it's like to look in the mirror and face who I really am and make a decision to change. The question is, are you willing to do that work? I love y'all. Y'all know where to reach me, forgivenesslifestyle.com. You can DM me. Join the 75-day challenge. It's ongoing. Yes, we've started, but you start on day one, the day you begin. And I have tons of videos every single day, motivational encouragement to help push you through. I love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all soon. Ciao.